That's it for the memes. Okay, let's watch that video of that guy RTPing 1,000 times. I RTP'd it 10,000 times on DonutSMP. Here's what I learned. And then the thumbnail says, "You were lied to / RTP isn't random." Let's see it, bro.
If you're a fan of the DonutSMP, you've probably seen clips of
Oh, by the way, what's good, Donut Nation?
Donut on YouTube.
You have to pick a spot where there's no evidence of someone being...
Not true. That's just not true. You're guaranteed to be put in a random spot where other players have been before. This is just not true. No, the RTP is fully random. The only thing that's like different about RTP is that it doesn't. You don't go in water, and I think that's it.
What if I told you RTP isn't actually random? DrDonut says that the RTP command is fully random.
What is this picture? Get a better picture than that. That's an AI, by the way. Anyone who's wondering, that's AI.
Put that to the test, so I RTP'd over 10,000 times to discover the truth. What I find will completely change the way this command is used. But first,
whatever he finds, we need to fix this. We need to make it actually random if it's not, because I mean, what Pedro told me is that it's random.
Is RTP. On the server, players can use this simple command to get teleported in a random location on the map so they can get away from spawn quickly. So now it was time to get started. I decided that if I wanted to be able to teleport so many times, I would need to make a mod to collect the data for me.
Is this cheating? Wait, he made the mod himself. Oh my goodness. This guy's putting a lot of time into figuring this out. I mean, I'm glad he is figuring it out because I would love to fix it if it's
After
not
hours of
fully
debugging
random.
And testing, the first version was ready. Alright, so here's how the mod works. I'm just gonna start it. Then Dr. Coconut start.
Oh yeah, okay. These are cheats. Yeah, he's using macros. So just letting you guys know, you can't, as of now, on DonutSMP, you're not allowed to automate commands.
And you can see it's about to send the RTP.
Yeah.
And it does that. And once I teleport, it says now the size of the queue is 1, which means there's 1 teleport it's gotten. Alright, now it's teleporting. And we should get...
I mean, this looks random, right? He's in a random spot.
Automatically respawn.
Because what Zazig said in the video is that you get...
mod, just in case.
He said you get teleported to places that other players have already been, which there's nothing coded to make that true.
Also gonna turn it off now, and I'll show you what it does. Oh my days. Over here there's a new file, and it's got like all the teleports.
Death. Why does it say death? I don't understand death. Why would he ever die on a teleport?
The time and the death. So now the mod was done, I set up 2 instances of Minecraft, both with the mods installed.
After 7 days of collecting data,
I'd like to point out some ethical considerations.
Oh, okay.
So firstly, the tools that I've used to make this video do not give me an in-game advantage, but all teleports were conducted while I was AFK. And secondly, no block data is captured when I teleport, and only location and biome information are stored. Lastly, I'd like to note that this experiment is purely statistical. I started...
How is that an ethical consideration? I thought he was going to say like, oh, by the way, it's against the rules to have a macro, or to have like a robot type commands for you, or to have it like automatically type commands.
The game every night from the 2nd of October to the 8th of October, which took a total of 144 hours. However, only 60 of those hours were spent AFK collecting data. I died a total of 96 times while AFK, disconnected 6 times, and failed.
Failed RTPs? Why? What's up with the failed RTPs?
A further 7,878 RTPs. Failed RTPs.
And he did this early October where there was no DonutSMP lag.
Got teleported to spawn for a server update or any other reason that may have caused me to get teleported to spawn, or for the teleport to cancel.
Server updates.
There were a total of 20,553 teleports at around 337 teleports per hour. During the whole period, I had teleported over 1,752,452 kilometers of distance.
Nice.
I was teleported to the plains biome the most, with 85% of teleports ending up in a plains. Okay,
that's really weird because 85% of Minecraft worlds are not plains biomes, right?
Second was the forest, with only 2.9% of teleports landing there.
Why?
As you can see, the plains biome has an overwhelming majority of the teleports.
That's actually really weird, and I never knew that. I hope he explains why this is. I was wrong. It's not fully random. Why is it 85% plains?
But this does not indicate that the RTP system is not random, because vanilla Minecraft's biomes are not equally distributed.
Oh, okay. He said, never mind. This is not proving that it's not random. Wait, so 85% of Minecraft worlds are plains? Okay.
I am about to show you what has been the better part of 60 hours of work. This is a heat map
60
of
hours?
random teleports on DonutSMP in all regions.
Whoa. So what does that tell you? I don't know.
You may have already noticed the massive clump of teleports
Yeah,
near
yeah,
the
I definitely
center.
noticed that.
I'll talk more about that once I switch over to a scatter plot of the teleports color-coded by region. Before we talk more about the data, let me help you understand the plot's layout. There are 6 regions displayed on the
I
plot,
get it now.
each with a different color which can be checked in the legend. The horizontal axis represents the x-coordinate in Minecraft's coordinate space, and the vertical axis represents the z-coordinate. There are 10 concentric circles behind the data, each gap representing 25,000 blocks, or meters if you will. They start at 10,000 blocks all the way up to 235,000
You literally
blocks,
can't read that.
just over
No,
the
you
world
don't. You
border
literally
of
can't read that.
225,000
What do you
blocks.
mean I don't understand it? I do. Look. It looks like Asia and Oceania have a massive amount of teleports in a small area because the regions are smaller, and he teleported to each region an equal amount of times. Why are you guys acting like I don't understand this?
There are to 235,000 blocks, just over the world border of 225,000.
You're so dumb,
blocks.
bro. What did I do? That was
I'm
shows that
going
I'm
to
dumb.
go through each region first, starting with Oceania, colored red. You'll notice that the Oceanian region is shaped like an upside down.
Okay, now this is what I'm confused by. Why in the world are most of the RTPs in this area? Oh, wait, I forgot to mention. There actually is something about RTPs that I did not mention. It also, ooh, this is gonna get confusing, but it does RTP you to a location. I don't know if this guy would have figured this out in this video. I doubt he would. But let's say there's like an area like this. Let's say this bottom left corner right here is packed with a lot of players. It will teleport you to whatever region has the lowest amount of players. So that way we can evenly distribute the players across the map.
L in the southwest quadrant.
You're
of the
1
world.
IQ.
There are two
How am I
visually
1 IQ?
distinct parts of this region, as you can probably see. The top part's teleports are more dense than the side, and if I color the points by the time, you can see that most of the side's teleports were performed much earlier, and that
Yeah, much of the sides teleports were performed earlier. Okay, so he did figure out that like it is based on time. Like during earlier when he was doing the testing, like it looks like these regions had less players, and then later in the testing these regions had less players. So okay, he did understand that it had to do with time.
the later
is
teleports
cool.
were mostly within the top part of the region.
I don't know how he figured that out.
Next, let's have a look at the
that's
North
crazy.
American regions, which are placed on the south side of the map. Firstly, you can see that it is very possible to get teleported close to spawn, and many of the teleports are within the 10,000 block concentric circle. DrDonut said this in the same video, and now we can probably confirm it with this data.
It's just really, really, really unlikely for you to RTP to the small area. But it's just as unlikely for you to teleport to the middle of the map as it is for you to teleport to this small area over here in the map, for you to teleport to this small area over here in the map. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference what coordinates you put your base at.
There's also an area of this region with a higher density of teleports, and
I wonder if he knows it's because that area, while he was running his test, had less players.
areas on the border with less teleports. However, I'm not sure why this happens.
Yeah, I don't know how he could have figured that out anyways. Yeah, so while he's running this test, it looked like this small area over here had less players. So when he was running the RTPs, it was sending him to the area with less players, which is this like little rectangle right here. This whole thing is probably split up into a bunch of different squares and rectangles.
In the west region, there's not much going on, but I did travel to the border to see what happens. Alright, so this is the border of Oceania and NA West. If we go through, see it teleports us to NA West. I go back. And now I'm in Oceania. So on the scatter plot, We are around.
I think it's actually
Yeah,
super cool that people like this
22,
play DonutSMP.
23K.
I mean, there's just so many
Yeah,
people that
around.
play it. There's bound to be
Oh,
people
and
who
if
do
you've
this
made
stuff
it
like
this
this.
far into the video, it would mean so much.
Yeah,
if you
subscribe to
could
him. Look at
like
this. When he made this video, he only had 64 subs. How many does he have now? 1.4K. Like, yeah, bro. You guys should subscribe to him. His name is Newman. I'm gonna put his channel link in the description, and I'll put it in the chat after the stream. After the stream's over.
this video and subscribe
Well, I'm not gonna put it in the description. The editor probably will.
to my channel, and you'll also
And I don't know if my editor will post this. I hope he does.
notified when I upload another video like this. Now we'll be heading to the European regions and having a look at the scatter plot. In the EU Central region, there are 4 distinct parts on the scatter plot. The first part is these
Okay, I'm not understanding why these like are there just so many players in the corners of the map.
teleports right on
I don't understand
the
that.
spawn point. They are invalid teleports that weren't filtered properly, so they should be disregarded. There's also this big mass that fills up the majority of the region, all with teleports distributed.
Wait, you said these are
randomly.
invalid?
There are these 2 areas in the corners of the
You're
world
not understanding anything. Owner is clueless. Yo, what are you guys trying to troll me or what?
to the region, but they are smaller and have a lower density of
We aren't
teleports than
subbing
the
unless you
bigger
do
part
too.
of the
Well, I'm not
region.
gonna sub because
If
I don't sub to many
switch
people.
over to
So
color the
whatever,
points
bro.
by time, you can clearly see that the points in the smaller areas are all early and never later.
Yeah, so that just he didn't know this, but that just means that over here the player count was really high while he was running the test. But I bet if he did this over the span of a couple months, it would probably even out eventually, unless people are like manually running to the sides of the map and filling up the corners.
In the Asian region, there are many similarities with the teleport distribution from EU Central. There is a large area that has most of the teleports contained within it, with an acceptable
Like what
random
causes for
distribution.
there to be a bunch of players in this region right here? I have no idea.
There's another region on the side with less teleports, just like what we have seen in the European and Oceanic regions, but again, I'm not sure why this happens. If we switch over to color by time, unlike the other regions, the less dense teleports don't happen earlier or later, and the time value seems to be unrelated to the location. That's going to be the final region I'll have.
Also, look at this. See this right here? See this little like white spot in the middle of all the purple? I guarantee you this is like an ocean because it doesn't let you teleport to oceans. I wish he would travel here and check if that's an ocean right there.
A look at. The rest of the regions are unimportant or don't have any interesting parts to them. If you have any questions about the video, please leave a comment and I'll try my best to respond as soon as possible. Also, join my Discord if you want to play Minecraft events.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, he didn't really have any conclusion. The teleports are random. The only thing that makes it not random is deciding what region you RTP to, like NA West, NA East.
Video like this. Send subscribe to
Wait, let me see the whole image.
Far into the teleports to the central region.
There we go. Oh yeah, well, the only thing that makes the difference of where you teleport is based on what region you choose, whether or not it's in an ocean, and how many players are online. So if there's like a massive amount of players in this top left square, then it's gonna choose a different square for you to teleport to. It chooses the squares with the lowest amount of players just to evenly distribute players across the server, for there to not like be lag. Because if we just let it be completely random, eventually there will be regions that fill up with a lot of players, and those players in those regions in those squares would start lagging a lot. So yeah, it just tries to spread players across the map evenly, around squares evenly, not really like coordinate
Asian
locations.
region, there are many.
But nice, bro. This is a really good video. This is super cool that he spent so much time doing this. Yeah, I think you guys should. Subscribe. I'm not gonna subscribe because I only subscribe to people that I either know personally or that I watch a lot of content from that I would love to see when they upload right away. But yeah, I think you guys should subscribe if you're into this type of content. And this was a great video. I'm glad he looked at this. I was worried for a second that I was gonna be wrong. Oh my god, I was worried that I was gonna be wrong. But nope, I wasn't wrong. He does not have a account. What are you saying?